Okay, let's talk about who's hot and cold right now. And
Yeah.
before we wrap things up, we'll give you an update on the game if you're not watching it, if you're watching us instead. And we greatly appreciate if that is the case. So the hottest guy right now in baseball, World Series and otherwise, is Jeremy Pena.
The dude could literally roll into a bowling tournament or throw darts or something and just dominate.
That's what it feels like.
I'll bet if he
Very
goes to
Mookie
trivia
Betts-esque.
night. Yeah, if he goes to trivia night, he's a problem. He should buy a lottery ticket.
He probably should. He could
Yeah.
quit baseball if that happened.
Yeah.
What's it at? It's like over $1 billion right now, isn't it? Or did somebody
Yeah,
win that?
exactly. No, he's phenomenal right now. Just phenomenal.
So he going into game 5. So through game 4, he was 5 for. Why don't I have my bats here? 5 for 17.
Yeah.
Scored 3 runs, got 2 doubles, an RBI, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He's got a 294 average. Like I said, going into tonight. But tonight he's got an RBI single and he's got a home run.
Right.
So he drove in both runs for the Astros tonight. I feel like if the Astros end up winning this series, it's got to be Jeremy Pena as the World Series MVP.
Oh, no doubt about it. Zero question. How would you like that? Rookie campaign, NLCS MVP, very likely the World Series MVP. I mean, that's insane.
I don't know. I don't know if I would love it or be a little concerned, because then it's like, where does he go from here?
That's a lot to live up to.
Because your expectations are so high for him. And granted, his regular season wasn't quite like this. I'm not saying he had a bad regular season, but it wasn't on this level. Because if it was, we'd be talking about him as the unanimous Rookie of the Year, and people wouldn't be saying that it's Julio Rodriguez, right?
Yep, exactly.
So is he gonna be like a Randy Rosarina type, where he's like really good during the regular season, but next level great during the postseason?
Maybe. That's interesting.
Because he did end up winning the Rookie of the year after that huge postseason run that he had, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens to him next year. Who's cold, Brig? Tell me who's cold.
Yordan Alvarez is cold.
Icy cold.
Icy, dead body style cold, like this guy. It's so bad. He struck out 4 times this postseason. He's had 13 plate appearances over 3 games. This does not include tonight. And he's gotten 1 hit.
Yeah, it was a double. It wasn't until yesterday, until game 4, he got that double in the first inning. Yeah. And when I do think it's funny. He got a lot of credit for that hit by pitch when the bases were loaded. But that's what you're doing when you're in a slump, though. You're just trying to do anything to get on base.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally. You can't blame the guy, but
maybe just a little bit. I give him credit. Like it was a smart at bat. He's got the bases loaded. He's struggling to hit, so he's got to do something to get that running and get things rolling.
I agree.
He got it done, but yeah, no, I feel like that was the typical slumping thing.
Yeah,
that a guy would do. So
Jordan Alvarez, the worst time ever to slump.
It is, but he hasn't. Awful. The thing with him that I noticed is that he really cooled off, even after the division series against the Mariners.
Yeah,
that against the Yankees he wasn't what he was against Seattle, and kind of expected it to happen against Seattle because he is a Mariner killer, and there are certain guys who are right. Everybody has their kryptonite. Like Mike Trout is the guy for the Angels. Yordan Alvarez is the guy typically for the Astros against the Mariners. And so I guess this year against the Angels, it was like either Julio Rodriguez or Jesse Winker, depending on your perspective. But Yordan Alvarez, even against the Yankees, was not dominant. Because he was 3 for 14 with 1 RBI and a double.
Wow.
3 walks and 6 strikeouts. So after being the hero in that division series, and it was even after game 2, because he didn't do anything in game 3 against the Mariners.
Right. None.
He had like 6 at bats and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was like some tape on him after that first series that team saw and they've been able to shut him down. But it's been interesting to watch how that's happened since then.
Yeah, I agree.
But the hottest guy for the Phillies right now is Bryce Harper.
Undeniable.
And part of that, I give a lot of credit to him in a leadership aspect because of his role in Game 3, right?
Yeah.
With whatever it was
sure.
he said to Alec Bohm, and then continuing to lead that dugout. But he has been 3 for 14, so I guess not like red hot, but he's got a home run, couple RBIs, a stolen base, couple walks.
The things that makes Bryce Harper hot is at big moments.
Yes, he
gets it done when it needs to get done. That's the thing about Bryce Harper right now. That's why it feels like he's red hot.
Well, and the thing too is, I feel like if the Phillies come back and win this series, it's going to be because Bryce Harper's contributions. That he's going to be the spark on the gasoline that gets things going and really turns this team around. And speaking of which, he just smoked the ball into right field. Oh, that's going to be a double.
Yeah,
that's 2. Yeah, so
Kyle Tucker fumbles it. Kyle Tucker muffs it out in right field. That's why.
Yep.
It probably would have been a double anyway, but that was an easy stand-up double at that
point. I don't know, because Tucker can throw.
He's got a cannon
at first, but
yeah, I agree.
But no, I think him booting that ball really helped Harper get to second base, and I think that's a big deal with 2 outs here. But who's after Harper tonight? Is it It's Castellanos.
Yeah, let's talk about Nick Castellanos a little bit because he's cold.
Yeah, because he's our next guy. Yeah, ice cold.
Yeah, he's our next guy. He's ice cold. So he, in the last 2 games, let's just stick to the last 2 games. He's had 1 hit the last 2 games. If you include all 4 games of the World Series, all 3 previous games, he's got 3 hits. That's it. So 3 hits coming into the first 3 games of the World Series, that's just plain terrible. And he has struck out 2, 4, 5 times.
I've got 8 strikeouts for Castellanos in the World Series.
You do? 8?
Yeah, in the first 4 games.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
It is. When we talked about his uncompetitive at bat in Game 4, right at the end of the game, not a good look.
No.
I will say, for a guy who's struggling at the plate, he's really doing a great job in the outfield.
I was agreed. I was just going to say that.
Saved Game 1, had a similar catch to start Game 4.
Yeah.
In the first inning. So I do think that he's got the self-awareness to be like, if I'm not contributing here, I've got to contribute somewhere else.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah.
So I think that he's been really good with that. So there's your hot and cold. Maybe we'll make that like a regular weekly segment.
That's cool. We should do that.
Cold. I like it.